And hello everybody, and welcome back to Liga Raketa, Day 2, Match Day 10 of Rocket Championship Season 4. I'm your host and cast Ryder, alongside with Beasley Steven. How's it going?
Hello, very well. How are you, Ryder?
I'm doing great, thanks for asking. How are you feeling today? Is there like any series that you're really excited for?
I'm very excited for the second match on show today. Skill Arena versus Vicious. Very close mid-table match there.
It's definitely gonna be a close series. I really have a feeling about that because they are very close towards each other when it comes to the standings. But you don't know what's really gonna happen. Rocket League is always gonna be a predictable game. And right now we're gonna be starting with Puncture versus Dorf.
So a good little start there.
It really is, but seems like a bit of struggles for Dorf already. Just 20 seconds in, just welcoming so many shots and center balls.
Can he get anything on that touch? He can. If he can change it around there, it's going more central now. Mizzy Easy with a nice little clear there. Mizzy Easy definitely one to look for the goals for this team. 38 so far.
The shot was just so close, but nobody was there to even follow it up. Now Alec just maybe going for an air dribble. It's gonna be Exile just deciding to go for a back pass, and Anthony with a shot. That was a smart play, but it just didn't work for them, and now Dorf with a quick transition, having 1-0.
Very quick on the counter there. Straight through the middle and in. 1-0, a minute in.
You know, they had their smart play going. That was very unpredictable, but the last shot, it was really crucial because they couldn't really get anything really threatening, and it led to a quick transition. So for Dorf, even though they're just kind of struggling in the defense, but they're just really showing their potentials when it comes to transitions and just being really fast to moving when it comes to moving all across the field.
Yeah, definitely. And now we've got to watch how they're going to come back to this after being 1-0 down.
There's still plenty of time remaining, and we saw that Puncture were having so many chances in the offense. I've seen them going for a lot of smart plays and maybe back passes, so they're still going to be having their chances as long as they're going to keep holding very well in the defense, so the lead won't be extended for Dorf.
Definitely, and if Dorf do win, this will be seen as an upset because if you look at it, 5 points all their matches, and there we go, 2-0 there.
Not sure what was going on in the defense. Nobody was back, and Mizzy Easy just waited for the ball to be bouncing all the way back. He just went for a simple shot, and that's going to be 2-0 already.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication at the back, and that will cost you. As I was saying, this will be seen as an upset. Definitely over having just the 1 win so far for Dorf.
It seems like they are already in a good start because 2-0 already for a team that hasn't really been showing very well recently. So I think, yeah, this could be the start that Dorf they are looking for. But the question is if they can keep doing this through the series. That is the biggest question.
Yeah, there's plenty of games to come, and if they get a few wins away, then they can shoot straight up.
Exile just going for the 50. Just steal the boost pad.
Looking that Anthony will maybe take over that, which he does. He gets a shot away, but saved by Mizzy Easy there. Alec looking to do something special. Unable to do that now. The counter attack from Dorf.
Sure, he had a good start, but he don't want to get maybe too confident to the point where he just stopped communicating. We saw double commits happening in the defense, and the last man wasn't really prepared to be positioned in the defense, so that could be biting them really hard. So they still need to keep up with the communication, even if they are like having 2 goals lead. But still, you don't want to stop having communication because communication is very important when it comes to 3v3, and it's gonna be Anthony just putting you on the board.
Lovely little play there from Anthony, just reading that perfectly off the wall, straight into the centre.
Just 1 minute in health, so for Puncture, it's still possible for them to get an equalizer, so like I said, they're having their chances, but just the execution when it comes to the last touches, it's just like they don't seem to be there yet. Maybe it just, maybe something that is related to having a warm-up. Maybe it's just because it's the first game of the series, so maybe things will be changing later on.
Definitely, and only a minute left, being 1-0 up. You got to think, are the nerves going to start getting the best of them, going 1-0 up in the series? And they have. It's 2-2, bringing it back from 2-0 to 2-2 there.
And you know, I was like talking about being too confident, and it seems like this is going to be the case for Arnov. It was another huge mistouch in the defense coming from Easy, who was already going for the ball really fast, and he just couldn't really get a solid control. And once again, just Puncture, they're able to capitalize on those mistouches. We have seen it there. It resulted in the first goal for Puncture, and right now it just happened once again, and that's going to be the equalizer.
Definitely, yeah, we've got 40 seconds left in this match now. Can anyone get a sneaky goal before sudden death?
It's going to be the last 30 seconds. Could be going to an overtime, but seems like Puncture, they showed some better signs in the offense. Not sure if that's going to be staying like this, because also Arnov, they're just feeling really good in the offense, so we have seen it happening, but just in the offense, just where things seems to be getting really hairy, and just like they can't really control it very well.
Definitely, we're looking, hopefully, now overtime, unless someone can do anything in this last second before the ball drops. Alexek looking to try and get it on the side, but doesn't go to it. It is now into overtime.
First game of the series is going to be in overtime. Nobody was even expecting such a thing, because at the beginning it was Arnor. They just were doing so well, but now just things seems to be slowing down a little bit for Arnor.
And if they lose this, they're going to have to feel like they've been robbed almost, being 2-0 up and in a dominating position. To now at 2-2 and missing some shots that maybe they shouldn't be missing. Another save there from Mizzy. We've seen it so often.
Everybody seems to be trying to use the space they're having. Nobody's really rushing anything, especially in the midfield. Every team is just taking their time right now, so they don't really want to risk it, because the first game could be very important, and especially for Arnov, they had 2-0 at the beginning, and then they lost the lead they were having. So they don't really want to lose it, and I just get to jinx them as I was like talking about this.
As you said it, the goal goes in from being in a dominant 2-0 position to going 2-all and losing in less than a minute in that overtime. And Puncture takes the first win there in the series.
What happened? Like they seem to be in a really good track, but it just like, as I just say it just like happens immediately. Maybe the caster jinx is definitely real. Maybe it's not like just a rumor or anything, but we will see. Like for Arnov, I think they still did very well, but it's just like things kind of looked very shaky in the defense. It seems like they were having a bit of panic. They were rushing some touches in the defense that's resulted in accidental passes to Puncture. So if they just like maybe look more calm in the defense, maybe things will be getting better, because in the offense, I think they're doing alright. So they are definitely the good spot right there. And same thing for Puncture, but Arnov, I think they definitely have what it takes to at least get a draw in the series.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen some very promising plays from Arndorf in that game. So the next couple of games, they might just need to rethink, go again, and just, I don't know, get to that point where they know they can play from. There was a few moments then where maybe they were missing shots they shouldn't have done. Maybe they were a little bit worried from being in such a dominant position where they were 2-0 up and had Puncture on the ropes.
Exactly. You also say that Arnov, they will feel like they got robbed, because the first game could have been a win for them. now it was. Now it is going for Puncture, so it is a different game. So they need to have like positive mindsets. Sure, that's like a really tough way to lose once you're like having a lead and just get to concede. Like things go downhill for you, but it's like there's still plenty of time remaining for you. You still got 3 more games, including this one.
Indeed, and we now the first opening moments. We're back to the walls again for Dorf, but they might have found some space, but Exile just gets that save a look cross, looking to get it straight back into their end. Can Anthony do anything here? Shoots, but gets saved. Alex Sek goes up, again sends it to the center. Unable to find an end product though. Exile now, on target. Mizzy, another good save.
Again, it's just like game 1, where it just started with Puncture. They're just having so many shots right off the beginning.
A little bit of a mistake from Exile maybe there. Manages to get away the danger, but for how long? Tardedland back into it. Looking to put some pressure on against the backward. Mizzy is there, but misses. They're lying to you again. Open goal. 1-0.
So many players were like at the same spot for Puncture, and it just like after the ball, just maybe it looked like it was about to get cleared. It's just like everybody just disappeared from the goal line, and nobody was there to stop the shot that was coming in. So they are lying to you. He had an easy open net goal right there. There's no way he could be messing up that one, especially at this level.
Definitely not. So now they're just gonna have that thing in the back of the mind. Is it gonna happen again? Are we gonna dominate? And are we gonna let it slip? Are we gonna go 2-0 down?
Those that are definitely the questions, because it's kind of looking like game 1 again if you just compare to what was really going on. We started with Puncture. They were having so many shots early on, but it was Dorf. They were the first to score, and this is like game 2, and once again they're having the first goal in game 2.
Yeah, if you look at the two teams now, you wouldn't have thought that Dorf has only won 1 game all season.
It is definitely a tough championship right there. Easy. Just sending this one to the midfield. It's gonna be Alec just trying to collect this one up. It's gonna be a huge miss, and it's gonna be blocked by Mizzy.
Exile with a shot there, but go on.
They just almost, you know, they dodged a bullet. It was like a lot of misplays, and that's gonna be Alec.
They dodged the bullet.
Finally getting equalizer.
But then they just shot themselves in the foot. Double commit. Exile there. Nowhere near. Alex Sek, a nice easy tap in.
Exactly, just the ball has been there, the orange side. We have seen defensive whiff and then followed up with a double commit in the defense. Just things got really chaotic for Dorf, and that made them to concede a goal, and that's going to be the equalizer. So it's not going to be exactly like game 1. But the mistakes are definitely the same from both sides, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. It almost seems that in this series so far, Puncture needs to be, I don't know, down to start playing almost. Maybe Puncture are thinking, look, these guys have only won 1 this season. They're quite low in the table. We've got this win in the bag, but from being 2-0 up and 1-0 up, Dorf aren't going to be as easy as Puncture might think.
I mean, I wasn't really expecting close games between these two teams, but what I know, it's going to be Alec just in 1v1 situation. It's going to be easy with a clear. It's going to be followed by the Exile up to the backboard, and Traded Lad just clears this one away to the corner.
Alex back with a miss, and ooh, is anyone going to get back in time? Yeah, Anthony just does. The captain gets back for his team to keep it at a draw. Now maybe Puncture trying to do some magic. Now across the backboard, is anyone there to see it? Anthony is, but it is saved as well. Exile looking to do something with it. Getting it back into the centre. Mizzy Easy with another great save.
Robosetti is still able to get the touch to beat the defender from the left side of the field.
And
Still going for those double plays.
Almost getting the end product there as well.
The booming clear coming from Dorf. They're doing very well with those clears recently. They're just having maybe better defense, maybe less double commits. They still did double commit there, but it looked like it was manageable, so nothing really was crucial for them to be handled.
Oh,
almost
golden opportunity there, wasted! Puncture could have finished it before the second consecutive overtime.
They're having their shots and chances, but just the accuracy is never there. It's like the accuracy was never in their favor at all from the beginning of the series.
If they lose this game, if they lose this series, it's definitely going to be something they need to carry on practicing to maybe get into those top positions. They're not hundreds points away.
Another miss from the midfield. It's going to be easy. Just trying to put the ball to the blue side. They're just trying to create the pressure.
Anthony with the shot. Todd and Mizzy Easy both going for the save and gets it. Anthony though, just the pressure that Ard are under right now. Anthony, Alex Tech, does he get there? No, Tardalad goes and on the counter attack. There's only Exile back right now. But that little hit to the side gives enough time for the rest of the team to go back. Exile now looking to push. Mizzy Easy with the block. And it's just going to bounce around in the middle of the field for a moment.
Really good 50. Seems like Puncture, they're having their really good pressure, but it just seems like when the ball is cleared, it seems like the whole team isn't really ready for such a clear. So the entire team just tries to race all the way back because the net is just left wide open.
Alex Tech now with the ball, but Mizzy Easy again dispossesses him. Exile now with the strike. Can Mizzy Easy get it? Mizzy Easy with another save.
The nerves must be real. They're like to just trying to wait for the boost pad to maybe respond with the boost, but it just resulted in big confusion in the corner for Adnorf. But thankfully, they didn't really get punished for it. And now it's gonna be Anthony just trying to have a center ball. It's gonna be cleared once again, and they're lying to just trying to get the ball out of his own half. He gets to win the 50. It's gonna be Anthony once again just showing up and just putting the ball down to the corner.
Yeah, Anthony doing what he does best in the team, and that is saves. The top saves in this team. 58 so far before the start of this series tonight. Oh. And there we... Whoa! There we go, Exile.
What happened again?
Let's have a little rewatch of this. Under the ball. Mizzy the first time missing the save that he did so well during the game. And it's a second consecutive game where Dorf has been leading. That 1-0 lead that they did have at the start.
We're having close games, like every game is gonna be close and just one goal difference only. But it just those mistakes, they look like they could have been easily prevented. They just need better communication, just maybe under pressure. They don't really handle situations very well. But we have seen both teams actually struggling in the defense. For Puncture, they just push really hard to the point where they forget about their defensive rotation. And for Arnold, they just double commit and they get so many whiffs in the defense. They just always be rushing to the ball. So that's going to be leading to missed touches or just maybe complete whiffs to the ball. So maybe just you just take a quick second, maybe like even half a second to just calm down and get a better read and just maybe have better communication to prevent these mistakes, because honestly they're having their close plays, but just these mistakes, they shouldn't really be there.
Yeah, definitely. Now we go into the third match. A 2-0 lead for Puncture. Now it'll be interesting to see if Dorf does anything different. They've been leading.
It's definitely their game. Yeah?
They've been leading. They've played at times really well. Few good goals, and again, looks like they're starting off well. Missy Easy there with the backboard hit. Tarded lad tries to get a shot, but didn't have the power there. Lion to you and Missy Easy both went up. Missy Easy gets to that, looking to get that mid boost, but that gives Anthony enough time to hit that over to the Dorf side, playing in the colours of orange. Southern looking to centre it. Alex Tech there in the middle. Anthony blows up, so momentarily Dorf down to 2.
There's just 1 minute in, nobody has scored yet, so it's kind of looking really different, and it's going to be a boom and clear. This could be really dangerous for Dorf.
Their line just gets there just in time from the breathing fire down the back of his neck.
He had 0 boost right there, so he just managed to grab the small boost pad so he could go for his jump, and that was a really tight situation for the Liga to just under so many under lots of pressure.
Oh, and a close
call
there.
At the back. So.
Exile sending it to the centre for Anthony. Anthony off the backboard. Their Lion 2 has managed to get it clear and is looking to pump it upfield. It's now down to this to the side of Puncture. Puncture able to duke. Mizzy there. But it's still looking quite dangerous for Puncture, as we've seen at the start of the 2 previous matches. Exile now. No one's back. Exile with an easy open goal for a 1-0. Remember, Puncture at 2-0 up.
Sometimes like the closest games get to be like, you get to see the most ridiculous goals, like just open nets and things like that. It's just sometimes you expect close games, like so many good challenges, so many good shots coming in from both sides, but it's just the goals, they don't really deliver. Seeing so many open net goals on both sides, and it's definitely not a good look. They're just showing really well in the offense and everything else, but just when it comes to the defense, the communication and the panic, they're just really showing.
Definitely, as we look at Puncture trying to assert their authority almost over Dorf, almost with another goal there. This could be where maybe that the quickness, the unforgivingness that Puncture has is shown here against an Dorf side who are looking at another loss.
Definitely looks like that. They're just welcoming so many shots once again, so the pressure that they had from the beginning just, I think it just disappeared, just because in this game it's not them who got the first goal, so I think that might be affecting their mindset, especially after they had the lead in every game previously, and they managed to lose those games. So I think this is really hard for them to actually stay confident, or just maybe even have a positive mindset. Another whip coming from their Liga 2, kind of putting his teammates in a really awkward spot, and once again Puncture, they get to have the aggression.
As we look over now, with Puncture just clamping the pressure on, there is no release, it's just defend, defend, defend for Dorf. There could very easily be a second goal very soon, and it does look like it's going to be Puncture with that second goal. Anthony now on the ball, looking to do some magic, takes one out, doesn't get Mizzy. Anthony now just looking to hit it. Tarded almost had the tap on him. Missed there. But the Exile taking it all the way to orange net.
For Puncture, they just need to be pushing really hard to try to waste time as much as possible because it is still a close game. Even though Arnov, they are struggling a lot in the defense. They have been trying to defend almost the entire time, especially in this game, but he just like got 20 seconds right now, so they definitely need to be pushing maybe a bit harder to kill extra time, which is definitely needed for Arnov. This is going to be the last 10 seconds of the game. It's going to be the Exile with the center ball, but nobody's there to follow. It's going to be Anthony with a shot and Exile with a redirect. That was so tight and close.
And that just wraps it up. 3-0 is going to be. Next match, Arndorf would just want to win just for a sense of pride, just so they don't get whitewashed.
It's either a redirect or a steal, but Exile, he just really wanted to secure it, and Easy, he was like coming in really fast, probably at supersonic speed, trying to make the save, but the Exile just changing the angle of the shot.
And insult to injury there. They had the win wrapped up. 0 was on the timer. They wanted a flex that they could score another goal, so they did. 3-0 in the second game. The first game that Puncture is able to shut out Arndorf completely.
That is a crucial moment for Arnov. They had very close games at the beginning, and now in game 3, there is nothing like that. It is not even close. Even though they had really good challenges from the midfield and upfield, but just in the defense, it seems like they got pinned down really hard by Puncture. And if you look at the amount of shots for Puncture compared to the saves, that really explains what really happened. It's just like Puncture, they were having the aggression and also the pressure, forcing Arnov to stay in the orange side almost the entire time, which really prevented them to get a score on the board. Like, they get completely scoreless in game 3.
Now we've just got that one game left. It could be a 4-0 as we're looking at it. Puncture's last game as well was a 4-0 win against Risky Business. So 2 complete whitewashes in a row will do absolutely wonders for their confidence going into the next few matches as they try to climb up that table. Off we go for the 4th match of the series here. The final match. Alex Sek straight attacking that Arndorf side. Mizzy
their only hope is to get at least 1 win in the series, even though they're not going to be winning the series. At least 3-1 is better than a sweep, of course, because they're really struggling with having positive results when it comes to the standings. So they're having their offensive plays. It just things never seem to be holding on very long for Arnov. They just got on 2 goals lead or just maybe 1 goal lead, and it just what do they call it? Like, it just the struggles, they just keep showing, and they get even worse and worse almost every game. So having like 2 goals or maybe even 3 goals lead, that's nothing if you're still going to be struggling in the defense and you can't keep holding to the lead.
Yeah, definitely. You need to score more goals than your opponent in the very simplest form, and Arndorf just aren't able to do that. 2-0 up, lose 3-2, 1-0 up, lose 2-1. And not even a single goal in the 3rd match. And Mr. Easy gets exploded there by Exile.
I think it's definitely the frustration, because it's really difficult to stay positive after having good starts, but the endings, they just don't really deliver. So it's really difficult to actually stay positive, and I think that's really the case for Arnov. It's just 3-0 on the seas, so it seems like there's nothing they could be fighting for at the moment, but at least just get 1 win in the series. They have been showing it, they have been able to actually win the games, just like maybe better defense, and just maybe less whiffs and double commit. That's basically it. Just maybe take your time in the defense and just better communication.
Yeah, they're definitely playing
that
for
was
pride.
really going for it.
Yeah, they're definitely playing for pride now, Arndorf, not wanting to get that clean sweep, and you know for a fact that Puncture is definitely going to want to get that sweep just to show that they are not to be messed with, not to underestimate them, because they will come and they will beat you, and they will get a 4-0. An explosion there!
Oh.
Exile there with the open goal due to the explosion. And as we've seen all through this series, Puncture in the driving seat. Another goal on the board. 1-0. And it looks like a whitewash is going to happen.
And you know, they liked it. He was like the only one in the back, so he was like already under a lot of pressure. So he just needs to make sure that his touch is gonna be counting. But he didn't really get a good touch, and there was a demo coming out of nowhere by Anthony, and the Exile, he was having the ball, just putting the ball in. We're just halfway in, only 1 goal so far. Still not really over.
Definitely. Now we look at Dorf trying to do anything to get a goal here. Mizzy Easy with the shot, but saved by Anthony. Looking at a sensor, Exile straight onto the attack. But saved. They're lying to you now. Carries it, and it's an open goal. 1-1 there. If they're going to go down,
just gets to redeem himself after maybe that kind of misplay once again happening in the defense. But he's able to get something in the board for his team, and is able to tie up the game, which is going to be the last game of the series. So this could be a moment for Arno if they just get to realize that it's still not over. At least they could walk away with 1 win in the series.
Definitely damage limitation now for the team, and almost scoop into a 2-1 deficit there. Not quite though. Mizzy Easy was able to control the ball in that area. But Exile now just putting on that pressure. Maybe a little bit annoyed that they conceded in the way they did. They're going to want to push to see something happen. Tarded Lad with the shot, but saved by Anthony again. And that's all. That was a close call there.
What a clear from their line T, who was facing backwards, yet he was still able to get to dunk or something to get the ball out of danger. That was quite impressive.
Definitely now Alex Sek looking to do something, but their lying to you is there to defend the ball. But it seems to constantly be in Arndorf's end, even when they have the ball. It's hard for them to get up other than the odd attack.
It really is. It seems like they're just trying to survive right now. It seems like it's going to be another overtime in the series.
3 overtimes out of 4. We're being spoiled for choice tonight.
Try the lad, just trying to get a catch, just trying to turn this all the way around, but it's going to be immediately a challenge, and Mizzy Easy just putting this one low, and then maybe a triple commit coming from Puncture right there. Not sure what happened, but just 2 defenders ended up flying to the other side, but they're still able to get their way out to danger. There was a huge opening.
There's the goal from their lying to you there. Taking it to 2-1 with only 13 seconds left. They do not want to be whitewashed.
I mean, why would you have 2 players on the wall to defend? You just like want to have somebody like maybe 1 at the wall, so that's also going to be preventing a lot of confusion. So that just resulted in a goal immediately, and also they're lying to you. You're just pushing non-stop from the beginning.
A little bit of miscommunication maybe there from Puncture, but as we see the ball hit the ground in just a moment, maybe, unless there's a goal coming, Alex Tech has a shot across the backboard. Anyone there? Exile unable to get the shot away. Flips backwards and unable to score there. And it finishes 2-1 to Arndorf in that game, which takes the series to Puncture at 3. Arndorf with 1.
Honestly, that was a great series. I wasn't really expecting a close fight, but even though it looked like Arndorf were trying to defend the entire time, but it was still a close series overall, but it just went exactly how I predicted. I said it was going to be 3-1 for Puncture, and that just happened. But for Arndorf, hopefully they're going to be showing up next time. They had a lot of good plays showing up. They really proved themselves that they can be competing, maybe even against like maybe high or mid-tier teams, and they're still able to climb up the standings. It's still not too late for them. They can still do it. Maybe next time they can be bouncing back harder. And that was the first series, as we're going to be preparing the next series, which is going to be it's going to be Skill Arena versus Vicious, and it's going to be a really close series. Both